All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Some Crypto. It is April 30th, 2022. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC on the macro view and why it is so important right now to basically be accumulating BTC, because we might not see these prices over the next like a few, few weeks or even like years, okay? Few months or even years, okay? So make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe to the channel, join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join the Discord public or premium group, link in the description, and all that good stuff. All right. So it is going to be a quick live stream. We're mostly going to be focusing on BTC, and if I have enough time, right, we will talk about some of these alt, right? Matic, Atom, Luna, Nia, FTM on the macro view, right, and all that good stuff, right? So hey, what's up, Satoshi? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Aldo, my Italian gangster, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. All right, so now let's go ahead and dive into the analysis for BTC. By the way, let me know if the sound is good. Just say 589 if the sound is good. Write it down so I know I'm not going to be talking to myself, right? So before I talk about the quarterly basis and all that good stuff. All right, sound is good, guys. Sound check 589. All right, 589. All right, so guys, so when we take a look at the quarterly time frame, it is going to be pretty straightforward, right? You don't need to know how to do these charts, like how to draw lines, how to do Fibonacci, how to do 5-way structure. It is a very straightforward macro analysis if you want to pay attention to BTC only 2 to 3 years time frame. You don't care about like BTC dropping 10%, 5%, 8%, whatever. You don't care. Your quarterly 21 EMA going to be your best friend, okay? If you only want to pay attention to BTC for a 2 to 3 years outlook, okay? Right now the quarterly 21 EMA, it is right around like 23 24k, give or take, okay? It is not going to be an exact number because you don't know when it will retest the quarterly 21 EMA. It could be this quarter, next quarter, or even like first quarter of 2023. But just to minimize the extra speculation, right, we will just say as of now it is at 23.6k. all right, if it gets there, that could be potentially the best price to be getting in at, okay? But you don't want to wait for it because we will talk about the monthly 21 EMA and all that good stuff. You want to be reaccumulating as it goes down to the quarterly 21 EMA and all that good stuff, okay? So now next time frame we're going to be paying attention to, it is going to be our monthly 21 EMA. The monthly 21 EMA, it is very important, guys, in terms of basically trying to catch the first support before the quarterly 21 EMA. We talked about it back in December right here, when we were tapping out after we broke out below the 3D 21 EMA. What we said, guys, our directional target will be all the way down to the monthly 21, and once we get to our monthly 21 EMA, it could take up to 6 months before we break the monthly 21 EMA if we're going to be in a strong bear market, or if we're going to be in a strong downtrend. As you can see right here, we retested the monthly 21 EMA in January, okay? What I said back then, guys, I tweeted it, I put it in my Telegram group, I said it in my premium group. BTC and Ether just hit the monthly 21 EMA slash, okay, weekly 100 EMA. Remember, your weekly 100 EMA, it is equal to your monthly 21 EMA within like 3 to 5%. Very, very close, okay? Just sometimes you might want to be paying attention to the weekly time frame, but at the same time want to know what's going on the monthly. So you got to pay attention to your weekly 100 EMA, right? Bang, that's where we got the support at. It's been nearly 4 months, over 4 months, okay? And since like January, we've been trading, okay, trending above the monthly 21 EMA. Are we gonna break it? Possibly, okay, we could break it. The MACD right here, it is still pointing down. We don't have yet any any evidence like we will be basically reversing to the upside. Yes, we got some hidden bullish divergences and all that. One divergence, okay, we got a hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. When you take a look at it on the RSI, although Moonboy just pointed out, but if you take a look at it right here, we do have what high lows. Your RSI is making what low lows. It is a what hidden bullish divergence. However, that's not the first time we're making a structure like that. Back in 2014, right there, right here, okay, we ended up breaking below the monthly 21 EMA and found support at the monthly 50. So I'm not saying BTC cannot basically break out to the upside, right? I just don't have time to go through the Elliott wave regarding the running flat. That's going to be another topic, you know, maybe tomorrow or you know, sometime next week and all that good stuff, right? And if you take a look at it right here, back in 2018, BTC was still making high lows and RSI was making what right here. You take a look at it, low lows. So that was another hidden bullish divergence. And in both scenarios, we ended up capitulating all the way down to the monthly, you know, monthly 50 EMA. Okay, so right here, the 40% pump we got on a monthly basis back in October, we got it on October 28th, and we know what, you know, in general, we know, you know, after the 50-day cycle opens right around like October 28th, right, 27, depending on the time frame, right? So we tend to get high volatility, okay? And back then BTC was right around the monthly 21, and it gave us a 40% pump without any hidden bullish divergence, okay? Because price action was making lower lows, MACD was making lower lows. So that 40% breakout, yes, we can get it, right? But it is not based on the hidden bullish divergence. We can just say, oh, we got a hidden bullish divergence on our RSI and we will get it. If we get it, great. But as of now, you know, we can't just make an argument like, you know, it is a hidden bullish divergence and we will basically, you know, be pushing to the upside. And by the way, Aldo, you're very good with Elliott wave. You know, whenever you get a flat correction, right, you will get, you know, you will get some sort of hidden bullish divergence like that. Because why? You started with a bearish divergence, right? If you start with a bearish divergence with your top formation, right, you got 80 to 90% chance, right, to create a hidden bullish divergence, right? So something like that before you drop lower or retest the bottom. Okay, so just remember that every most of the time, not every flat correction will, you know, will show a hidden bullish divergence, but you got 80 to 90% chance to find a hidden bullish divergence in your you know, in your structure, right? So now we're done with that hidden thing, right? So I don't like them hidden sometimes, but they can be very, very profitable if they play out, right? Those hidden bullish divergence on the macro view, right? So now the next thing we want to focus on the macro view, it is what the monthly 50 EMA. Okay, we just talked about the monthly 50 EMA right there, March 20th, March 2020, right? Bang, you know, we capitulated, did not close a monthly candle below it. Right here, we closed multiple monthly candle below it, right? However, you know, volume was decreasing right after the capitulation, okay? And you can see like we started to make higher lows, okay? If you want to incorporate your monthly 50, great. Your monthly 50 SMA, right? You could include it that way. You're going to get a good buffer, right, of a you know, price range, just about like a 26 all the way down to like a 21k, give or take. And we talk about the quarterly 21. So since you got your quarterly 21, you shouldn't worry too much about the monthly 50 EMA. I think like the EMA is good enough. That way you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to be paying attention to my quarterly 21 EMA and monthly 50 EMA. The monthly 50 EMA, it is at 26k, right? And the quarterly 21 EMA just about like a 23.6. So you got a good range. That way you're not going, I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm going to be paying attention to like every single moving averages and, you know, every single moving average and all that good stuff, right? So we're done with the monthly. So now let's take a look at the 3 weeks time frame. Okay, when we take a look at the 3 weeks time frame, what we said back in May, June, July was like, guys, I'm not going to be waiting for 25k. Okay, and I was saying like, yes, we can drop below 30k if we drop below 30K, we're only going to drop down to our monthly 21 EMA, and our monthly 21 EMA was right around like a 25, 26K. So I was like, it doesn't worth the risk waiting for the monthly 21, because we might not even retest it, right? Because we couldn't close below the monthly, below the 3 weeks 21. You see what I'm saying, right? Right here, right? So now the same support we were using back in May, June, July, right? That's the same moving average, right? We've been using as a resistance right here over the last 4 months, okay, since since January. So January we dumped below it, retested it right here and managed to close above it. But the fact that we dumped below it again and closed below it, it is giving us like a high probability, okay, to basically continue the downtrend. And you could even look at it as a bearish bear flag right here. I mean bearish bear flag, as a bear flag right there. It doesn't matter how you want to look at it. If you want to draw a channel, fine. If you want to draw a triangle, fine. But the most important thing to understand is like, it's not just the structure, it is like the overall structure, not like what's going on right here. What's going on right here, it is just a sideways correction. You can get any sort of pattern. It could be even a flat correction, something like that, before you drop to the downside, right? So if we go back to our moving average on the 3 weeks basis, you can see like we below it, and we could be retesting the 30K. We got our 50 EMA right here, right around like 32, 33, right? Actually at 31K. Okay, so the 3 weeks time frame, it is still showing a bearishness, a bearish divergence right here, right? Bang, right? And we spotted it right after we dumped below the 52.7 on a 3D basis. Now let's take a look at BTC on a weekly basis. So when we take a look at BTC on a weekly basis, we just have to be very cautious. The reason why I'm saying like we need to be cautious is like we're still above the weekly 100 EMA, and we're still above the monthly 21 EMA. And Aldo just mentioned it, right? If you recall what happened right here back in October 2019, the 40% pump. So most of you guys remember the 40% pump, right? You can see like we got the 40% pump right around the monthly, depending on which exchange you're using, okay? But we got it like right around the weekly 100 EMA, okay? But you got to take a look at it on Binance. Actually, let's take a look at it right here. Right there, okay, on Bitstamp, okay? On Bitstamp, it missed it a little bit, right? Let's do this. It got readjusted for some reason. Okay, exactly, on Binance, right? If you take a look at it right here on Binance, we got the weekly 100 EMA, right? Supported the weekly 100 EMA supported the price right around like a low 7K before the 40% pump, okay? So if we go back to our macro analysis, right, you can see like we're still above our weekly 100 EMA, okay? So BTC could give us a surprise move, right? So do not ignore it. So if you're still bearish, make sure to be mindful, like it can still, okay, push to the upside before giving us another basically a bearish pattern or even a continuation to the upside, okay? Once again, I just don't have time to talk about the flat correction, but remember, we're still above the weekly 100 EMA. Until we break below the weekly 100 EMA, it is not guaranteed, right? BTC will retest the monthly 50. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Because the monthly 21 EMA, we're still above it. So it is still a good time to be holding BTC, not selling BTC. Okay, it is still a very good time to be holding, buying, accumulating BTC, because we know buying at the monthly 21, you're always going to make profits, on the macro view. Okay, if you bought BTC back in 2018, right around 6K, right? Between July to basically November, even before the capitulation, you still made like a nice 10x. Okay, you still 10x your BTC after, let's say 2.5 3 years. Okay, so which is pretty great. So if you're expecting like another, let's say not even like a 10x, even a 5x from here, going to take you all the way up to 180k. We talk about 180k being like our next macro Fibonacci to the upside, right? But it is going to be a different topic, right? So basically, going back to the weekly time frame, right? BTC needs to break below the weekly, weekly 100 EMA. That could give us like a 95% confidence level. It will basically retest at least 30k sometime, this summer, or even like, before the fall and all that good stuff, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on a 3D basis. So when we take a look at BTC on a 3D basis, most of you guys know we've been saying, hey, if we get our 3D MACD to cross negative, right, the volatility to the downside going to be pretty high. We talk about it right here. That's why I did not hesitate to say, hey guys, it is time. Okay, we broke below 40k. We broke below the 3D 21. MACD is negative. We've been following our 3D MACD since when, guys? Since right here. Okay, right there, back in September 2020. That's when we said BTC is extremely bullish, guys, extremely bullish. Okay, so, and right here we said be cautious back in May. Okay, we capitulated right here after we got the 3D reversal. We said, guys, it is time to take it to the upside, because we're most likely going to break our 21 EMA right there, because our 3D MACD is positive. And if we get above our 21 EMA, that could take us all the way up to some crazy prices, right? Similarly, we basically got the same analysis right here after we dumped down to like a 39.5, pump back up above the 21 EMA. MACD right here flipped bullish, right? What we said, we're going to the upside. MACD right here flipped bullish. We said we're going to the upside. Right here, if you take a look at it, back in November, December, right? After we dump, okay, below the 3D 21, what we said, MACD is negative. Okay, if we open and close a candle below the 3D 21, the trend going to be down, possibly probably all the way up to the monthly 21 EMA. And that's exactly what happened. These are macro setups, not like a day trading setup. So they can take like a 2 to 3 months, or even sometimes 5 months to give you the directional target you're looking for, right? So now going back to the Krana 3D structure, we below our 3D 21, right? MACD is negative, so that's not good. Okay, that's not good at all, right? So if you take a look at it right here, we did have a nice uptrend. However, we below the trend line support, right? That's not good. You can't call it a divergence. It is not a divergence at all, right? Your RSI making high lows, price action making high lows, it is not a divergence. Okay, so RSI is not RSI, but MACD, excuse me. Okay, your RSI, it is right here, still making a high lows, right? Now we broke the trend line support. MACD broke the trend line support. Price action breaking the trend line support. That's not good. And what? Guess what? We got a flat correction also, right, on the macro view, right? So we could just say, hey, this could be a flat correction, right? We could be retesting 30k. If we break 30k, we could be retesting what? The monthly 50 or even quarterly 21 EMA, depending on the volatility. Okay, remember, you're never going to get enough time, right, to accumulate at the quarterly 21, because it could be pretty fast. It could be like a let's say 24-hour dump. Okay, 24-hour dump. Okay, and you might be waiting for a retest, and it might not retest it. Okay, you see what happened back in March 2020. It was only a 3D candle. Okay, 3D candle. So you might be waiting, like panicking and waiting and all that good stuff. If you do not have your orders waiting, a lot of your position all the way down to the quarterly 21, you might miss it, because you might be waiting for it to retest the support area, and sucker going to be going all the way up to the moon. Okay, because you got to remember my next macro target is only, you know, it's my opinion, okay? My next macro target over the next like a few years for BTC, it is all the way up to 100K. So any buy, you know, any buy range, okay, let's say any reaccumulation range between like a 35 to a 25, it is still a good buy, okay? It is still a good buy, all right? So something to keep in mind, just like what happened back in March. If you bought BTC at, let's say, even 6K, okay, or even let's say 5K, okay, BTC dumped like, let's say 20% below it, okay? It dumped like, let's do this. It dumped just about like a 20 to 25% below your buy order, right? You're going to be like, ooh, I'm gonna sell, okay? You don't want to be selling BTC after a 25% dump, okay? So especially near the monthly 50, quarterly 21, weekly 200 MA and all that good stuff, you want to be accumulating right here. So that's the same range you could be getting between 30K to a 24, 25K. Okay, so it is a good buffer, a 20% buffer, right? So no need to be basically looking for the absolute bottom, because even if you're looking for the absolute bottom, you're not going to sell the absolute top. Okay, you got like 1% chance to sell the top. Okay, so something to basically keep in mind, right? So the 3D time frame still showing a negative momentum. So in order to basically be bullish, right, on the 3D, we got to flip bullish right here on our MACD, and price action got to get back above the 3D 21 EMA. That way we could be saying, hey guys, we now need to basically pay attention to our Elliott wave, right? Because our running flat could be done, right, and we could be pushing to the upside. So based on the bullish pattern, okay, the only bullish pattern I can find is like the Elliott wave playing out, okay, the running flat. That's the only thing I can find right now. And in order to basically in order to get the Elliott wave to play out, we got to get back above the 3D 21 and get all these moving averages, right, to cross up at the same time, and MACD has to basically flip positive at the same time, right? So just keep that in mind. Even though everything is pointing down, we still got a, you know, we still got a chance for, you know, we still got a chance of a reversal, but it is not like a, you know, 80% chance. I would say like maybe 20 to a 15% chance to get a macro reversal. Okay, so we, you know, the same structure we got right now, it looks like also what we had back in fall 2020 in terms of like a alt, right, when BTC was moving sideways and alt were, you know, altcoin were bleeding. Okay, so if you remember what happened between August till basically October 2020, this range right here, remember alt dumped like nearly 50 to 60% between August, right, till you know, I would say like even till like December. Some of them dumped like 50% or even like 70%, and BTC was still trending up. So we don't know if BTC just going to dump down to 30K and alt going to keep on dumping, and BTC going to be trending up and push all the way up to 180. That's why I'm saying like 30K, you know, down to 25 going to be a good buffer for the macro buyers. Okay, if you're a short-term trader, that's going to be a different analysis, because we only going to be talking about BTC on the macro view today, right? All right, guys, so let me take a look at the chat room to see if you guys have any question before I talk about these some of these alt. It's already 25 minutes. Paolo, hey, what's up, Paolo? Thanks a lot for tuning in. We got a lot of Italian gangsters today, man. Quiet Cook in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. Quiet Cook, cooking some eater in the kitchen. Hey, what's up, Ernest? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Cairo, oh, Satoshi in the house. So we're done, guys. Hopefully we clear with BTC, because, you know, I just don't want to see like BTC like you know, dropping down to 30K. People are going to be like, oh, we did not talk about like BTC retesting 30K or BTC breaking out to the upside, and people are going to be like, oh, you told us to wait for 30K. All I'm saying is, make sure to accumulate BTC. Okay, this is one of the best time to start like accumulating BTC. You can never you should never run out of BTC. You should never run out of BTC. Okay, you know, in the next like a few weeks, we will talk about like why it is so important to hold some BTC, right, until BTC breaks all-time high. Okay, it is very important, okay, to always hold some BTC. Once BTC breaks all-time high, then you know you could like start to basically look for to add your BTC into alt and all that good stuff. But it is always good to hold some BTC, guys. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, make sure to hold your BTC, and do not listen to anyone telling you like BTC going to 10k 3k. Yes, it can go to 10k 3k, but the possibility is, you know, the probability is very low. Okay, it's very low, just like what happened back in 2018 right here, when we were, you know, calling for like a 1k and all that good stuff. BTC reversed to the upside. I remember back in 2019, March 2019, I was extremely bullish on BTC, and many bears kept on calling for what? Calling for like a 1k BTC, and guess what, guys? We pumped all the way up to 14k. Okay, right here, after I flipped bullish back in September 2020, many bears kept on calling for lower prices, and we were calling for like a 44, 60k and all that good stuff. Okay, when BTC was you know, right around like 20k, we said we're going to pump all the way up to a 44k. Okay, so that's crazy, right? So be cautious, stay with the macro view if you're a macro trader, right? If you're a short-term trader, just focus on your short-term trading. BTC going to 180, doesn't, you don't care if BTC goes to a 180 or 1 million, you just want the volatility. Okay, so this analysis might not be for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Ether. FTM dropped beautifully as we said, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at Ether so we can get a short analysis, right? So Ether, it is still holding pretty strong at low 2800, right? So the support is like 2850, but you know, if it breaks the you know, if it breaks strongly below the 2800 range, we could be getting a temporary support at the monthly 21 EMA at 2455 as of now. Okay, so the monthly 21 EMA on Kraken, 2455. Let's take a look at it on Coinbase, 2455. So 2455 going to be what? The temporary support for Ether. Could we get a bounce, right? We could possibly get a bounce, but I don't know. As of now, we're just going to focus on the monthly 21. If we break the monthly 21, you got your next support at the July lows right here, just about like a 1700 to a 1900 range. So Ether, a straightforward analysis, right? It will follow BTC. No need to make it fancy for Ether. So, and at the same time, if we follow Ether on a weekly basis, right, you can see like we talk about the weekly 25 MA. If we above it, right, we in a bull market. We below it, we in a bear market. Okay, a downtrend, whatever you want to call it. So back in 2018, you can see what happened right here, May, exactly May 2018, May 7th. That's when we got rejected, right after the 3 weeks, right after the 3 weeks candle opened, right there. That's when we basically started to a dump. So most of you guys remember what happened back in May. Okay, so in terms of trend line support, you can see like created the same exact trend line support. I'm not saying we will be making the same exact move, but in terms of a trend line support, you can see like, you know, it is nearly identical. Okay, right there you got your top formation, right here we're creating a top formation. Right here it made a nice 1-to-1 extension. After that, dump all the way down to support. Could we make another 1-to-1 extension like that and dump down here to like $1,000? That's possible, but we will just focus on 1700 range, right? If we get there, we will basically reevaluate to see if Ether will be dumping all the way down to the next Fibonacci, which is 382. So the 1-to-1 extension going to coincide with the 382 Fibonacci from swing low $80, swing high give or take 4800 range. Okay, very easy analysis. If you're a macro trader, you know, you just have to follow these macro prices, right? Let's say, you know, 1700 range, 1000, and you know, if it goes down to $600, great. If it goes down to $400, great, which is 0.618. But I'm not saying we will get there. We just have to take care of business at 1700 range, and then we'll see if we can get it cheaper to reaccumulate. But remember, most of these alt, you know, they will not do anything, right, until BTC breaks all-time high. So the best thing to do, you know, accumulate Ether, right, but accumulate a lot of BTC. If you take a look at it right here, when did Ether started to break out to the upside? If you guys been following me, after Ether broke out above 410, when did Ether break out above 410? Was like November. That was back in November. What happened in November? BTC broke out above all-time high. Okay, so I was very bullish on Ether all the way up to, like, you know, 4,000, and you know, we started being bearish at, you know, 4100 range after the retest of you know, 4800, after the new all-time high up to 4800 range, right? We started being bearish at 4100, right? So so keep that in mind. Okay, the most important thing right now is to watch BTC, you know, accumulate your Ether, but at the same time accumulate your BTC, right? Because if BTC goes up, Ether will go up, you know, Ether will go up. It's not like you're missing anything. Okay, and once BTC breaks above all-time high, you can basically transfer your you know, some of your BTC into Ether, and once Ether start to tap out, you can basically just go back to BTC. That's very easy. Okay, that's basically one of the best strategy, right? You can basically follow for the next like 2 to 3 years. Okay, because most likely Ether will break out above 5k, you know, within the next like 36 to you know, 52 weeks, 52 months, right? So hey, what's up, Charlie? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Still jumping and humping. Yep. So now we're done with Ether, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at some of these alt. The next one going to be Matic. So Matic macro scale. So Matic, if you guys been following our channel, you know Matic, we've been bullish on Matic since 2019, right? So on the macro view, we're not looking great. Okay, we're not looking great. So we don't have a monthly 21, so we can still follow the weekly time frame, right? And yeah, we do have a monthly 21 right here. So we're right at the monthly 21, right? So that's the first time, basically, not the first time, but the first monthly 21 was like back in December 2020. That's when we basically broke out, right? So now we just retested the monthly 21. If we get a bounce, that's going to be great. However, on the weekly basis, right, you know, we got a price support all the way down to you know, 75 to 69. We just hit like a 0.618, but if the move is strong enough, you know, bears could drag the price all the way down to the low 60s. Okay, that could give us the macro you know, macro double top double bottom right here. And we can even, okay, if let's say BTC finds support at the monthly 21 and we decide to be in a bull run, that's going to be the perfect you know, structure for Matic to go to the moon. I'm not saying it will. It's not like all double top double bottom will basically break out to the upside. Sometimes you get a double top double bottom, you're going to get a three-way move and you're going to capitulate. That's possible. But all we're saying is like, hey, temporary support right now, you know, just about like a 110, but it can still break out break out down to the 0.786 at, you know, 0.786 at 0.888, right? 0.786 at 88 cents, and after that you got your 0.888 at 74 cents. Okay, so we got our July lows at, you know, 62 cents, but on average, okay, I would say like 69 you know, to 75. That's going to be a good range to for bulls to you know, recoup their Matic. They sold at $3. Okay, just about like $3. Okay, so if you've been following our channel, when Matic was right here, what I said, guys, it looks good, right? But if we break below the 3D 21 / weekly 21 EMA, bear is going to be taken over because we're going to be creating the flat correction. All right, so next one going to be Luna. So Luna, we talked about Luna USDT a few days ago, right, on the 3D basis, and what we said was like, hey guys, we below our 3D 21. Okay, as now I noticed it, right, I was like, okay, it's time to pack our bags. We below the 3D 21. MACD, it is negative. We got a divergence on our MACD, divergence on our RSI. A very easy analysis. Okay, very easy analysis. Price below the 3D 21, MACD is negative. You got a bearish divergence on your MACD and RSI. You got to pack your bags and wait for low prices. Okay, so even though it pushed back up, I was anticipating it. I said, okay, we broke below the 3D 21, but price will try to go back up above the 21 EMA. However, if MACD remains negative, right, it means like the trend is over, most likely. Okay, and bears could enter the market and you know, above the 3D 21, accumulate some shorts and just wait for the, you know, next few weeks. It's not a short-term trade, so it could take like a week or even a couple of months to retest these areas. I don't know, depending on volatility. Back in February right here, that's the same setup we had right here. After we crossed negative, right, price action pumped back up to like 86. In our premium, what I said was like it is a short, and we dump all the way down to 43. So similar structure right there, same exact structure. Okay, you know, the bad news is like it could give bears a tough time and create a flat correction like that and move sideways, you know. So that way bears going to get taken out, you know, stop loss going to get hit, and then they might be thinking like we're going to the moon, and it could still dump low. That's the only downside with this structure. But if the volatility to the downside is pretty high, it might not get any chance to move sideways. It might not get any chance to move sideways because MACD is strongly negative. Okay, I'm pretty tired, guys. So keep an eye on Luna. I like Luna, but I'm just showing you guys what I see. You know, in order to basically you know, in order for the trend to be strong to the upside, it got to get a bullish MACD, okay, on the 3D basis, right? That way we're going to be strongly bullish again on Luna. You got multiple ways to analyze it, but I just showed you guys the easiest setup. Okay, you could draw your wedge pattern, something like that, and say, you know, it's going to do something like that. That's possible. I'm not saying it won't. Okay, so you just have to put a stop loss because we talk about it, you know, when it was like 90 to 95. Okay, so now it is $80. Okay, so next one going to be NEAR. NEAR is nowhere near the top. So NEAR, we nailed it upside down, you know, round trip, however you want to call it. NEAR, if you follow our analysis back in late March when NEAR was at 10.5, we said we're going to be pumping at least up to $13.5 to $14, and it pumped all the way up to $20. All right, so a couple of days ago, you know, we talked about NEAR when we dipped below the 3D 21, 2D 21 actually. Okay, right here. Okay, actually negative MACD. Okay, negative MACD right here, and price action started to dip below the 2D 21. What we said, guys, the 3D 21, right, will most likely, you know, be taken out, right, and we could be looking for 10.5. Guess what, guys, we just hit 10.6. all right, beautiful setup. Not a day trade setup, it was a swing trade setup. It is still the game, it is still on, right? So bears just have to put a stop loss and let the market do the work, because we got a macro trend support, right, trend line support started since October 2020. right here we got July 2021, and if we break the short-term trend line support right here, we could be looking for our next support to be somewhere around like a $6.5 to $8, depending on the timing, right? So if it does something like that, right, it could be somewhere around like $8. So we would just say the trend line support, not price. Okay, but the main thing is like, hey, got to secure some profits, right? 10.5 to 9.50, and basically just put a stop loss and let the market do the work, because it is a 3D reversal, so it could take time to you know, get get in trouble and all that good stuff, right? Dump all the way down to the macro trend line support, right? So in order to flip bullish, once again, MACD has to flip bullish, right? And we got to get back above the 21 EMA. All the bear is going to be taken out, and it could push to the upside. That's possible. But as long as MACD is negative, the trend going to be down, okay? And if MACD flips bullish, right, just like what happened right here, that's what I said in my premium right there, okay? And NIA was also bullish against BTC. NIA, BTC back then was very bullish right here, okay? Back then was bullish right here, and we were anticipating the move to the upside. MACD was bullish. So if you take a look at it against BTC right now, it is not one of the healthiest coin to be holding, okay, in the short term, okay? For the macro view, that's it is a different story, right? But at least within the next like a couple of weeks or even month, right, it doesn't look good, okay? You got your move right here, you got your low highs right there, another low high right there, right? So that's not good. So it got to give us a bullish pattern, right? Yeah, if you want to be very very sophisticated, you could basically draw your macro trend line support and be very bearish, okay? But that's going to be for another analysis regarding near retesting right here. I don't know if it will, but because we got a shorter term support right here, just about like a 21,000 sats, okay? 21,000 sats first before we talk about like 10,000 sats. So don't be too bearish, right? Look for the support at the 3D 100 EMA first, right? If you're trading near BTC. Now let's go ahead and take a look at FTM USDT. FTM USDT, we nailed it round trip. If you've been following our channel, guys, since at least, all right, November, December 2020, we talked about FTM BTC when it was like, give or take 100 sats. It dumped down to 50 sats. We said, guys, just accumulate it because it is a macro downtrend. It will give us another macro parabolic move, okay? But going to FTM USD, if you've been following our channel long enough, you can see exactly what happened right here. I ain't gotta tell you, right? A 3D top formation. Again, we nailed it, guys. If you've been following our channel, we talk about it in our public group and premium group. When FTM was right around like a 210, 214, it dumped down to 190, been fluctuating, just like what I showed you on NIA, okay, and all that good stuff, right? So we said it is going to dump right here down to the low $1. It did, and it pumped back up 40 to 60%. What we said, get out, guys. 140 to 150. Next support going to be low 70s, okay? Secondary support going to be mid 50s. So if you've been following our channel at least within the last 3 months, you would have basically gotten out of FTM long time ago, okay? We nailed this top formation, guys. We nailed this top formation. We're not looking for the absolute top. If you basically been following our channel, the 3D time frame, it is one of the most important time frame we look for top formation or even for bottom formation, because sometimes you can catch the top like on Atom. We will take a look at Atom later on, but sometimes you don't need to catch the top, okay? You just want to catch the reversal, okay? You don't care about like this guy pumping to a $3. What we said, get out right here, and you don't care about shorting it because you don't know if it will move sideways after that and all that good stuff. But once we break out below the 3D21, MACD remains negative. It's all yours, all the way down to the abyss, right? So now next one going to be Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. So Solana USDT. So Solana USDT has a nice setup, okay? A very nice setup. We nailed the top formation also right here at the 3D21, just about like a 195 in our premium. We said it's going to dump all the way down to a 75 to a $70 or even lower, okay? It dumped all the way down to 75 exactly, okay? Right here, what we got is a flat correction, okay? Right there, right? A nice flat correction. So what we're looking for right now is a possible continuation pattern. And at the same time, you got your trend line support started since like March 2021. So nearly over, 14, 15 month, right, of macro support. If we break it, we can rely on our Fibonacci swing low, right, $1 give or take, swing high 250, 382 going to be just about like $35 to $31, but it's not going to get there in one day. Okay, it's not going to get there in one day. So the positive thing about Solana is like the MACD right here, right, it is still pointing up. Okay, even though we got a bearish setup right here. And I told you something very important. Okay, whenever you get a flat correction, right, you will get a bullish divergence. Okay, but sometimes your divergence, okay, after the reversal right here, your MACD might be lagging, right, to cross negative. That could be, the problem right here, where our MACD is lagging to what, cross negative. You see what happened on not just Ether but BTC, right? If you take a look at BTC, you see what happened right here. I was saying like, okay, as long as our MACD is positive, right, we won't see a strong dump. We won't. Okay, so we need to get a negative MACD on our 3D basis in order to get a possible capitulation. Okay, so if we go back to Solana, right, similarly right here, so it is going to be pretty hard, right, for bears to to get a capitulation, right, as long as MACD is not basically negative. So MACD got to flip negative for bears to be very confident, right, they could get the capitulation, and we could later on even form a wedge pattern. Okay, but enough speculation. The most important thing is like, hey, we breaking the trend line. Let's just now follow our Fibonacci, because we know in terms of Elliott wave, right, we got a possible 5-way structure right here. Okay, we got already our 5-way structure in terms of wave analysis, right? In terms of moving averages, we breaking below our 3D 21. In terms of indicators, we're still making a very strong negative momentum in terms of our RSI and MACD at the same time, possibly. Okay, so I think that's good enough to say, hey, first support 50 to 55, secondary support at 30 to 35 range, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BNB USDT next. So BNB USDT, we talk about it in terms of a macro view. Okay, so if you take a look at BNB, hey, what's up, Mr. Shu? Thanks a lot for tuning in. I just want to get this out of the way. That way, I was trying to do it under 30 minutes, right? But it is hard to give a detailed analysis in 30 minutes, right? With all these art and all that good stuff, right? So BNB, I like BNB, guys. So if you've been following our channel, once again, long enough, when BNB was right around like $15, $20, $35, we were saying, guys, BNB, right, if you know what happened, if you know what happened back in 2017, right, we did have the ICO, okay, and the ICO mania, right, was due to what, smart contract, right? So and those smart contract, we used to have them on what, on Ethereum, right? And after that, right, after you got all those smart contracts, right, you got to get an exchange, right, where you're going to be selling those coins, right? And I was like, okay, BNB most likely going to be pretty big, right, over the next like a few years and all that good stuff, because it is going to be most likely a big exchange, and it is, right? So they got a product, they're not just speculating. Okay, so you take a look at BNB on the macro view. Back in 2018, we only dropped 83%, right, from all-time high, give or take. Okay, 83, 85, 83, okay, 83%. Okay, you take a look at XRP, dropped 95%, Ether dropped 95%. Okay, most of the top coins, they dropped 95%, right, down to like 98%, some of them, right? But BNB was holding pretty strong, right? With only 80% drop. Okay, only 80% drop, 83% drop, okay, give or take. So what we're saying is like, if we're going to repeat the same, you know, structure over and over again, we could just say, hey, it's okay, okay, it is creating a top formation. But if we basically reaccumulate, we could get our 80% drop, and that could be it, and we could be looking for our next 50 to 100x move in the next bull market. Okay, it might sound a lot, but it is pretty doable. And why it is doable, if you take a look at Ether, okay, in between 2017 2018 bottom, right, we dumped nearly 95%, right there, right? And guess what, after that it pumped over 60x, over 60x, okay, over 6,000, right? So that's a lot, okay, that's a lot. So if Ether can pump like 6,000%, all right, during its second bull market, I think BNB can pump at least 40 to 50%, right, in its you know, second bull market. Because you got to remember, BNB, you know, take a look at BNB right here. So if you take a look at BNB right here, you could just say, hey, the entire move right here, right, was nearly its first bull market, okay? Because back in 2017, it did not pump like 100x, and I mean it did, but you know what I mean, okay? It just like pumped in 3 months. It's not like it was there like back in 2014, 2015, and all that good stuff, right? But we could call the next bull market, right, its second bull market, all right, where we're going to get another full 2 to 3 years of you know, macro reaccumulation and another pump to the upside. So BNB on the macro view, I think it is still good to be, not financial advice, right? I'm just analyzing the chart and describing what we got, right, and all that good stuff. So if you're still bullish on BNB, great. If you you know, if you don't like BNB, you know, you can find something else also, right? That's nothing wrong with that, right? So keep an eye on BNB, a very you know, a very, you know, promising coin for the next like you know, a few bull markets and all that good stuff, right? Right here. All right, so let me take a look at the chat room right now, right? So if you enjoy the content, guys, it doesn't cost you anything, it's free. You can see like my voice is tired, right, but I'm still giving you guys you know, a daily analysis and all that good stuff. I like the night analysis, but ICP for Mr. Shu. What's my favorite alt right now? I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is like alt, you know, they dumping, so it's not time to pick you know, pick which one is your favorite, right, unless you are short-term trading. But if you're macro trading, you know, accumulate BTC, right? You know, if you accumulate enough of your favorite alt, just accumulate BTC, right, after that, until BTC breaks all-time high, and you can start to add to your, you know, your favorite alt. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter, right? As long as you get the gains, right? Even if it's like 100%, I know you'll be like, okay, I'm not looking for 100% gains, right? But it doesn't matter, right? My favorite alt might not be your favorite alt, right? But just stick to the chart and stick to the macro view, and you will be perfectly fine, okay? And always hold Ether, BTC and Ether, always, guys. I've been signing BTC, Ether, and BNB, regardless of what happened, right? Those three going to be in the top 50 coins, right? I would say top 10 at least, right? So I mean, and XRP too, right, for the XRP moon boys and moon girls. Hey, what's up, 46 Zebra? T-Dog in the house. Yes, T-Dog, I was timing you today, man. I wanted you to watch the live stream, you and Aldo Moonboy. Paulo. ICP BTC. Let's take a look at ICP BTC. So ICP BTC, it is still at, you know, you say ICX BTC. ICX BTC. So ICP BTC, it is still at all-time low, right? So next support, right, going to be somewhere around like, I mean, it's not like a retest of a support, but it is going to be somewhere around like 23,000 to 25,000. Okay, which is just about like 50% below the previous support. And remember, I keep saying it, when they break support, don't look for like a 5%, 2%. Look for like a big move below the support, because these are macro directional move. They don't dump like for 10% and 8% and all that good stuff, and you humping and jumping and all that good stuff, rushing to buy the dips. Just wait for a at least 40%. Okay, sometimes they can dump as low as like 60%, 70% below the support, but I think like in general, right, 50 to 55% is good enough, right? That's going to take you somewhere around like 23,000 up to 25,000, right? And after that, right, if you still believe in the project, right, you just wait for the next 50%, right? Meanwhile, while it is staying in this range, right, after you buy all, whatever you want to buy, accumulate some BTC, right? And once BTC breaks all-time high, you don't know where ICX is going to be, ICP going to be. It could still be in this range while BTC is still trending up. And once BTC breaks all-time high, right, you're gonna be like, okay, there's no way, right, it's not going to pump at least 10x, 5 to 10x against BTC. It will. You go back and take a look at most of these alt after BTC broke out above all-time high, right, a month, 2 months later, right, most of them they pump like 5x at least against BTC. Okay, so you buy, not financial advice, you accumulate, and you be like, okay, I'm done with it, now I'm just going to accumulate BTC. Okay, so regardless of what happened, right, if it dumps lower, it's fine, right? As long as it doesn't dump like 50%, I don't need to be reaccumulating, because I'm looking for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100x, 300x, right? So no need to be buying like every 2%. All right. T-Dog. Yeah, ICP, yeah, new all-time low. So no need to be in rush. Even though it is at new all-time low, just remember, you don't, if you accumulate it right here, no need to be accumulating at 10% down. Okay, because I'm hoping like you're not waiting for you're not waiting to sell next month. Okay, you're looking for like looking to sell when BTC hits like a 180 to 100k in the next like a 2 to 3 years or even 4 years, right, depending on the new cycle theory, the plan C, because the plan B I think is out of the windows, right? Unless T-Dog comes up with a new plan, and he's gonna call it plan rect. Matthew in the house, thanks a lot, Matt. Thanks a lot, man, for tuning in. It's been a while, man. Monero, XMR, BTC. So XMR did pull back up, right? So doesn't look bad so far, right? So if it pushes to the upside, you got your next resistance all the way up to like a 0.0083. Okay, 0.0083 right here. So, but as of now, right, instead of accumulating Monero, right, I would just accumulate BTC, because you don't know what this guy going to do, right, against BTC. Okay, if it pushes to the upside, right, it's not going to pump forever, right? You just sell it against BTC, right, as it goes up. If it goes all the way up to all-time high, it will get rejected. Okay, it's not going to make like a 10x move against BTC, right? You know, and all that good stuff. Could it? Yes, it could, right? But I don't see it like going all the way up like 50x, 100x against BTC, unless BTC drops like down to like a $3,000, like something like that, something crazy, and it could go, you know, against BTC. But as of now, right, instead of focusing too much, right, on it, you know, you just hold what you're holding, right, and wait to see if it can pump to the upside. Not financial advice, but I'm just telling you my thought process, right? I could be wrong, okay? I could be totally wrong on it, right? Because what I noticed is like most of these coins, like the 2015, 2016 coins, they struggling to make a big move, and all the 2021 coins, they pump like 100x. So in 2024, we're going to get new protocols. We will get new blockchains, new layer 1, and those will pump 100x. Okay, so it is just a cycle. By 2024, 2025, we could get like 50,000 coins. Okay, we could get, so you can't just merit a coin right now, right, and expect it to basically go 1,000, 10,000x and all that good stuff. BTC will be around forever. I can't say forever, but it will be around for a very long time. But you don't know how long these coins going to be around, because they're going to be fluctuating in BTC regardless. They're not going to infinitely pump. They're going to making some they're just going to be oscillating against BTC. Okay, so if you understand that, right, you're not going to be jumping and humping. You're going to be like, okay, I'm gonna sell it into BTC and I will buy it later. That's it. And BTC will take care of, you know, take care of business, right? So you take a look at NEO, you know, similarly, right? Similar structure, right? So NEO can even, you know, give us a possible flat correction like that against BTC to retest the, you know, 180,000 sats, right? That's possible, okay? So don't sleep on NEO, but don't expect like NEO to go like a, you know, 10x above all-time high. Okay, it could just be in this range for the next for the next few years, right? In this range, it could be in this range, right? So is VChain a good hold? T-Dog bought a new calculator. So let's take a look at Matic again. So I already talked about Matic, but let's talk about Matic for Mr. Shoot. So Matic, what I was saying, hopefully you've been following our channel long enough, right? Mr. Matthew, right? Mr. Matt. So Matic, the July lows somewhere around like a 75 cents, right? If it dips lower, we just hit nearly, you know, a confluence region, right? So I don't know how strong bear is going to be to break 0.618, and at the same time the weekly 100 EMA. So that could be quite challenging to break. But if they do, right, you got 0.888, right, temporary support, 0.88 cents temporary support at 786, okay, and you got 0.888 Fibonacci somewhere around like a 75, right? So you got a good buffer of reaccumulation if you got out somewhere around like let's say $2.50 to $3. You know, you could easily buy back you know, all your Matic and still wait, or put the rest into BTC, and whenever BTC breaks all-time high, you can get back your Matic, because it's not going to do anything. It did not break out against BTC, right? I mean in USD until BTC breaks, you know, started to break out above all-time high, okay, right here, December, January, okay? So you don't know if you're going to get another macro reaccumulation right here again, right? So until BTC breaks above all-time high, you don't need to be jumping and humping. Just accumulate BTC. Okay, that's the most important thing to remember, right? I don't know if I ever mention it, but that's one of the most important thing to remember. Okay, you always have to hold some BTC. Jerome Washington in the house. No financial advice, but send crypto looking Julish. Jerome is crazy, man. You're welcome, Matt. J Boss, man, it's been a while, man. Where you been at? All right. So Satoshi, let's take a look at Satoshi asking for MITX. Let's take a look at MITX BTC. So does it have, I think MITX got a long, more first, longer history. Okay, so MITX, it looks good. Okay, it looks good. This chart reminds me of Zen. Okay, Zen BTC or Zen USD. Let's take a look at Zen BTC first. Okay, I think it's Zen USD. Okay, so Zen USD is similar. You can see like how Zen USD, right, was actually, you know, consolidating right here, right? Consolidation right there. All right, so if you take a look at MITX BTC, you got your macro reaccumulation. So nothing, I mean, nothing really crazy, right? You just got your macro reaccumulation. So you just have to buy the dips, right, at support area against BTC, right? Against BTC now, against BTC. Okay, you got your macro support right here. Very easy analysis, guys. Nothing complicated with these macro views, right? And you got your resistance right here. Okay, don't hold it forever. Okay, it can still pump above the resistance area right here, but if you pump like 5-10x above the macro resistance, you got to say goodbye at least. Okay, and wait for it to retest it at some point, or even retest the macro support, all right, later on. But a good hold, right? Over the last few years, it's been moving sideways, and I think I might be wrong, but what's the name of this coin? Phantasma. So if you guys recall Phantasma, some of you guys been watching me long enough, right? Somebody asked about it, right? I didn't even basically know about Phantasma, and what I said regarding Phantasma was like, it's a beautiful chart, macro reaccumulation. Okay, even before the breakout right here. Okay, I was like, it is just a macro reaccumulation, right? You got your resistance and you got your macro support, so you're not losing anything, right, buying these at the bottom against BTC. That's why you have to basically hold BTC regardless of what these alt do, right? You're going to be able to buy them in BTC. Okay, but beautiful chart, Phantasma, looking fantastic. Another parabolic move, so you could get it again at macro support somewhere around like a 400 sats, right? And you know, you can even get back to the top within the next like a bull market. You see what I'm saying? Let's see, Algo. Let's take a look at Algo USD. I think Algo USD has a 5. Yeah, Algo USD has a 5-way structure. Very easy analysis on a macro view. You got your 5-way structure. Okay, so best thing to do right now is like, hey, let me just use my Fibonacci, right? We just broke below 382. 382 was our previous support also right here, just about just above the 382. So if you want to be very I would say, if you want to be bearish, right, you could look for 0.618 to be somewhere around like a 35 cents. Okay, 35 cents. Even though we got a beautiful flat correction right here, depending on the overall structure, it could reverse. However, since like BTC is not looking very healthy, you just want to accumulate at these Fibonacci's. Okay, 50% pullback at 50 cents, 0.618 pullback going to be at 35 cents. And after that, we just say goodbye. I'm going to accumulate you on BTC. All right. And you flipped on algo BTC, right? You flipped on algo BTC. Chart looks so good, right? Looks really good. Macro reaccumulation, right? So if you, not financial advice, but if you get it, you know, around like a 35 cents, no need to be buying it again. Just buy BTC, okay? And wait until BTC breaks above all-time high, and you can add to your algo after that, because our algo could be in this range, okay, or even doing something like that until BTC breaks above all-time high, and your algo going to be somewhere around here. You're going to be like, oops, we're going to be going to the moon, okay? Something like that. That's possible. I'm not saying it will do something like that exactly, but you are in a macro reaccumulation. You're not doing anything against BTC, okay? So if you've been holding algo since November 2019, right, BTC is outperforming you, okay, because algo is nearly, you know, it's nearly 50% down, okay, since, you know, September 2019, nearly, you know, 2.5 years. It's 50% down against BTC. So if you put, like, let's say 1 BTC back then into algo, now you got half a BTC. So it's not performing well. So it is very important to understand that concept. That's why I keep saying you got to pay attention to alt BTC. Okay, you got to pay attention to alt BTC. I know sometimes they go parabolic, 100x in USD and all that good stuff, and you forget about the BTC pairing, and you keep on holding for 2 years, and you ended up losing all your BTC values. All right, take a look at FTM. So you take a look at FTM, right? That's why I keep telling you guys, got to get out. I was saying it right here when FTM was all the way up to the top. Okay, I was saying get out, okay, because it has pumped a lot, and most YouTubers, okay, they're going to keep on pumping it. And you know, they did not know, you know, Send Crypto was talking about FTM in 2020. I know some of you guys have been talking about it long enough, but what I mean is, like, the parabolic move right here, we picked right there at the very bottom, guys. And if you take a look at FTM, bang, nice macro reaccumulation, okay? And you know, in like let's say November 2018 till you know, November 2020, so 2 years of sideways correction before you get your parabolic move, okay, before you get your parabolic move. And we talk about the double top double bottom right here also on FTM and CHR before they broke out, and IOST, right? They all created the same pattern right here. So I'll go, if I were you, right, not financial advice, I mean, I would tell my cousin basically, right, I would just hold it for the next like 18 months at least. Let's draw it properly, right? So it is in a macro reaccumulation, okay? So could it drop below? Yes, but it's not, I don't think it will stay below it forever, right? And in the next like a few years, right, we could even be looking for a 100x move, just like FTM, because it took FTM like 3 years to make that move, okay? It took like Luna, if you take a look at Luna, right, took forever for Luna to make these type of moves, right? So you don't want to be buying Luna right here, right? You don't want to be buying Luna, really, guys. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest, right here. It's over 150x against BTC. No alt pump like 150x against BTC, right? And remain at the top for more than a year. No, none of them. You go check XRP. You check you know, Bitcoin Cash did not, that sucker did not pump 100x. But you check Monero, you know, NEM, Ethereum Classic, all of them, they did not basically stay you know, 100x against BTC. Neo BTC, okay, they all lost like nearly 98%, 99% of their value after that. So if Luna even though the fundamentals look good, right? But in the bear market, no one will be talking about fundamentals. Okay, no one. Okay, no news, no updates, none of that good stuff. It could lose like 80 to 90% of its value, right, from all-time high, or even 99%. Okay, for the extreme case, right? But I wouldn't be looking for 99%, right? But it is too parabolic, right now to be buying it, right? Have to hold it in BTC, okay, if you really care about it. Not financial advice, right? Because I don't want this sucker pump 20% tomorrow and someone gonna be like, oh, you told me to sell, it's up 20%, right? I've seen it on FTM, I've seen it on Matic, right? I said it long before they dump. Okay, so very nice move. But for some reason, okay, I did not pay attention to Luna back then, right here, December. But if I had paid attention to it, I would have basically talked about it, like, because we got the signature move right here. Okay, but back then I was paying attention to like FTM, OEN, and they did well. They pumped like 100x too, right? You short on Luna, looking for $26. All right, good luck with that one. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, right? Yeah, FTM, we talk about FTM. Yeah, it'll bears will take care of business, man, on FTM. Okay, so we hit our first target right here, right? This was a macro analysis. We talked about it since February, right? So 50 cents to 56 going to be 55 going to be the next support. So guys, make sure to hit the likes, man. Thanks a lot for hitting the likes, man, and make sure to share the content, right, to help the channel grow. I mean, it's free analysis, and I just want all of you guys to do well, okay, except Leroy. I just want Leroy to get wrecked. I'm just joking. I don't know about 24 cents. It can get there, but I just don't have I just don't have time to do a deeper analysis, okay? We'll see. It can break it once again. I'm not saying it cannot, okay? Because we got our 16 cents support back in July, the July lows. It can still retest it or even below it, right? So nothing, I'm not saying 54 cents going to be the permanent support, because it hit like 350. You guys know 350. If you've been holding XRP, you know what 350 is, right? That was 2017 picked, and XRP dumped all the way down to what? To 10 cents, right? So you can call any numbers as of now. You can call 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, but my short to medium term analysis is stopped at 50 cents, and after that I will reanalyze. I'm not saying it cannot dump below it, because we still got the July lows. If we get a premature dump to the July lows, it's going to be a good support, 16 cents, right, give or take. Yeah, we will see. Let's take it step by step, right? 50 to 55 is the next probable set, support, and after that we will discuss the rest. Oh, Cannibal Wealth in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Good night. Man, you must be in New Zealand or Australia, right? All right, Kairos. ICX, guys. I'm exhausted now, but let's see. Yeah, ICX. I mean, you know, if you can accumulate it right here, I wouldn't worry too much. I would just suck it up and leave it alone and accumulate BTC after that instead of accumulating ICX, right? Unless it breaks like 50% below the support and you know you look for to add on. But if it breaks like 1200 sats, I mean, I would just suck it up and send it to the ledger, because you know, I just showed you this macro reaccumulation. You know, it took like 3 years for Luna to do what it did. It took like 3 years for FTM to did what it did, right? So ICX, it could take like 5 years to do what those you know, those coins did, right? So it could be in this range till 2023, 2024, and you're going to get your parabolic move, or it could even dump 50% and give you the next parabolic move, right? Just like ETC. Take a look at ETC BTC. Take a look at ETC BTC, right? No one was talking about it. You know, sucker was dead. All of a sudden, you got your what? You know, you got your 15x move, okay? And it broke support right here, because I was talking about, you know, this guy, right, when it was like, you know, 44,000 sats, right? And it dumped 50% below before pumping 20x. Okay, so that's why I keep saying, when they break support, forget about it. Just buy BTC. Just buy BTC, right? Just buy BTC. Because BTC could be going up and they could be going down, or BTC could be staying sideways and they keep on dumping. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have to hold the BTC, right? After you buy at macro support, bang, you just don't care. Okay, if they drop lower, who cares? Okay, you're like, I don't care, right? BTC is, you know, they losing value against BTC, and once BTC breaks above all-time high, bang, it's all mine. I can buy them cheaper. Or even if I'm gonna buy them higher in BTC, they're going to break out higher. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you buy them against BTC and they keep on losing value against BTC, you know, your BTC holding is still going to be lower. You see what I'm saying? So you have to focus your brain in terms of BTC. That's the most important. That's the most important. I'm going to keep on repeating it and all that good stuff, so you guys can get the concept, because it took me a while to get the concept, right? That's why as soon as I grasped it like a couple of years ago, I started just to focus a lot on alt BTC, and it paid off. Okay, it makes you understand the market better, not to wait for like a 1000x or like 100x. You see what I'm saying? Because some of these alt, they go 100x, but they only go up like 10x against BTC. You see what I'm saying? Because they go 10x against BTC, right? But BTC goes up 10x, right? That gives those alt 100x. You see what I'm saying? Because 10 times 10 is 100x. So it's not easy to find an alt that can go 100x against BTC. Okay, it's only like most of the time like new alt, like you know, Solana did that, AVX, they pump like 100x in BTC, but they're not going to pump 100x again in BTC. You better write that down. So they might pump like 10x, you know, 20x, but they're not going to pump like 100x. So you have to, you know, transfer funds into BTC, not financial advice, right? So even ADA, you know, ADA did well in 20, you know, in this bull run, right? But take a look at it. It only pumped like 15x. It did not. It pumped like 1500%. It did not pump like 100x against BTC. Even though it 100x in USD, right? It did not. I think it pumped like over 100x, but it did not 100x in BTC. It only pumped like 1500%. That's why if you understand the concept, you can get your 100x without, you know, jumping and humping. Okay, because BTC will take care of business. BTC will take care of business. Okay, just write it on the wall and read it every day. BTC will take care of business. BTC will take care of business. BTC will take care of business, right? All right, Paulo, man. I mean, you don't need leverage. You know, if you don't need to leverage Alt BTC. Just swing trade them, okay? Oh, okay. So you got to understand my macro analysis, right? Sometimes we do short-term analysis, but BNB, make sure to join the Telegram group, because BNB, you know, when it was like $20-$30, we were calling for like $250, $500, $600. So you know, exactly December, like mid-December 2020. So I sent the macro chart for BNB. I mean, if you're leveraging, right, you don't need to. You can just, I mean, if you're comfortable, right. I'm not telling you to go ahead and do some leveraging and get wrecked and all that good stuff. You can just do USD, just to keep it very simple for your brand, right? I like to keep it very simple, right? That's why I don't do like margin alt BTC, because you know, I just like to keep it simple. The USD alt USD, if you're leveraging, you don't need to. You know, you know, you're doing like 2x 3x, you know, you in and out quickly, you're going to beat, you know, BTC, right? Let's take a look at engine BTC. So engine BTC top formation, also right here. You got your top formation, right? You got your bearishness right there, so bearish divergence. So looks like a flat correction, but it looks like you know, it could break the support right here, just about like a 3,000, okay, below the 3,000. So next support somewhere around like a 2,500, okay? So you take a look at engine, even though it did well, take a look at it macroly, right? It is just moving sideways, okay? So storage, you know, has a storage BTC. Okay, it has a similar structure. Most of you guys remember storage, right? Because of the 2020 pump, okay? Storage and ELF, okay, and AGI. Remember, we were picking on those alt back in 2020, right? Storage, AGI, and ELF, and they did well. Okay, I was screaming right here, buy storage, you know, right around like a 1,000, okay, under 2,000 actually, okay, 1,500 to a 2,000. Okay, it pumped like beautifully all the way up to target 6,800. Okay, so and you can see like it's just moving sideways. After that, it retested right here, pump back up, midway, pump back up. It's going to retest it and it's going to pump back up. It's going to be fluctuating right here. The worst case scenario, right, is like it dumps 50% or 60% below it right here, if you see it, and then pump like, you know, back up to resistance, just like what Ether Classic did, right? You see what I'm saying? So, but it is a very nice coin to macro trade, right? So either buy it at support 1,000 to 800 sats, and then, you know, just leave it alone. Okay, just leave it alone. And if it goes up to like 6,000 again, we just get out. Okay. If it doesn't pump to 6,000 and BTC breaks all-time high, you accumulate more. Okay. If it dumps 50% below it and BTC it is still below all-time high, you be like, I don't care. I don't care. If BTC breaks all-time high and you 50% below it, I'm gonna buy you, because I know you're going to retest the range right here and you're going to give me my 15-20x move, just like Ether Classic. So very easy strategy. QSP to see. Let's take a look at QSP. I'm still bullish on QSP, but it is not it is not breaking out yet to 600 sats, 700 sats. We'll see if it can do it before before BTC capitulates. Okay, big volume right here, but if not, it can still retest the 80 to 60 sats, and either move sideways like that, or either retest it and pump up to like 1200 sats. Okay, it is just a sideways correction. Okay, so it is in mid-range. So accumulation, 80 to 60 sats. If you don't like it, if it pumps back up 300%, you could take your profit and just let it move sideways or do whatever it wants. Whenever it retests this range, you just add again. Just repeat the process. Okay, so I'm still bullish on it, right? It could retest 600 sats this year or next year. Chain link. Yeah, I mean, it is like a Wyckoff, but I think I just have to explain it in a easier way for people to understand, right? The chain link. Let's take a look at chain link BTC. Oh gosh. So link. I'm not writing link. Oh. Link BTC. So link BTC is breaking the support. It looks like a wedge pattern, but it is breaking down. Next support going to be like 20,000 sats. Going to be the next support. Okay. So going to be the, I did my link macro analysis a while back, because I think like I can't remember, but I think I sent it to Leroy back then, showing him like why link could be pumping and dumping like in this range, but on the macro view it could struggle against BTC and Ethereum. Okay, it could struggle against BTC and Ethereum. So once again, it is breaking support. I'm not saying it won't reverse, but as of now, right, look for possibly 20,000 in the next like a few weeks or even month, right? And 1,000 sats. It's a big range, so right here. Yeah, indicators, indicators are still pretty weak. Okay, it could do well in the next bull run, but one thing you got to remember is like this guy has never been in a bear market. Okay, it only dumped like, I think like it dumped like 90%, but not extended bear market, right? Because it reversed right back up like December 17, right? This wasn't even the bear market, right? The year 2017, because most of these alt they dumped like 90% back then. November, let's see, September, right? November it dumped a lot. Most of these alt dumped a lot. October, November, right? Before they started picking up like mid-November 2017, right? Right here, it only dumped 70%, right? And after that it pumped like 75x, right? So if you're not very confident, you just accumulate BTC and you don't care. If it loses value against BTC, you just buy it if BTC breaks all-time high. That's very easy. Okay, it looks weak against BTC. I'm not comfortable at buying at 20,000 and 10,000, 11,000. I don't care. It could be moving sideways, and you're going to be FOMOing, but as long as BTC doesn't break all-time high, it might not do well. But not all alt. Some of these alt they will do well even if BTC is below all-time high. Okay, so you got to get the but majority of the alt, like 90% of them, they will do well after BTC breaks all-time high. Hey, what's up, Danny? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. LTC BTC is getting wrecked. So LTC BTC could give us a surprise move, okay, but I don't see it happening. but who knows, okay? If, so LTC BTC is still in a downtrend. It did not even pump right after BTC broke out above all-time high. It just pumped like 100%. Okay, it did not do well at all, you know. So as I just said, right, some of these alt, they will do very well even if BTC is below all-time high. But some of them, right, they just have to wait. Okay, so LTC is below all-time low right here of you know, 300,000 sats, right? So I don't know, it could dump 50% below it. Okay, it could dump 50% below it, right? So I mean, if you're still holding, you know, LTC and it pumps like to the macro trend line support, you have to basically pack your bags, right? Or at least take good profits in BTC, because it is likely to basically try to repeat the cycle, probably, if it doesn't. If it dumps 50% right here, you might, you know, give it a shot, right? Because you know, it dumped below support to add on. I like Litecoin. It's not as volatile as some of these coins in USD. If you're trading it like a short to medium term, it's very, I mean, I wouldn't say like very predictable, right? But fair enough, right, to trade it, like swing trade it, right? You know, 15%, 20%, 30%, and all that good stuff, right? It's not gonna get you wrecked like some of these coins. You know, you might be expecting you know, a 10% pullback, and sucker might dump like 30% and tell you goodbye. So VChain, somebody mentioned VChain. VChain, it is still a good hold, okay? You know, I like VChain. We don't need to talk about VChain every day. You know my take on VChain, okay? 100 sats to 90 sats. That's going to be the next support. If it breaks it, we got support at like 60 sats. That's where we got in back in November 2020. Okay, I said get out right here to, you know, just about like a 220, 240 back in July 2020, right, when everyone was calling for $1 VChain. We said we're going to reaccumulate again around like a 50 to 60 sats. Okay, in our premium we accumulated right here. Okay, so we did well with VChain. VChain did like, I think like 100x, something like that in USD, but in BTC you take a look at it, bang, 5x, 7x. With all the noise, it did not perform like Solana in BTC. It's only like, you know, even if you take a look at it in the last 2.5 years, it's only up like 300%. And if it drops down to you know, 80 sats, right, 100 sats, it's only going to be like 150% up in 3 years. Okay, so what coin do I find? I don't know. I can tell you on top of my head. My voice is not letting me speak right now. I don't know. I might think about it. I might think about it. Okay, I don't know any coins. I mean, I know some, but I don't know on top of my head some coins that, I mean, ICX is, you know, is at all-time low. Let's see, one chain, right? WTC. I don't think Harmony is 80% pullback. Let's take a look at Harmony. It's not yet. Okay, it's not yet. This guy right here in our premium, right? We talked about it when it was 30 sats with FTM, and what we said was like accumulate 50% down. Okay, you know, 30 sats, right, to you know, 25 sats, but accumulate, it can go all the way down to 13 sats. It did, you know, the same. I mean, it repeated the same exact move as FTM. take a look at, they both pump like 60x in BTC. But I don't know. I mean, we talk about you know, ICX already and all that good stuff. Let's take a look at GRT. So GRT. So I think that's the full coin for full. Yeah, GRT, it is at all-time low. It is a Jerome. That's your answer right here. So a coin that retraced to, you know, 786. You got like 100% retracement on it. So you got 0.888 actually, right? That's what you were asking exactly, right? So GRT, I think we talked about it back then when we were saying like we could get a parabolic move just like Luna, FTM, right? AMP is making the same structure. So GRT, similar structure, okay? Yeah, 85%, right? Full retracement, you get your 90%, and after that, you just forget it, right? And accumulate BTC. Right? So I wouldn't keep, I would not be, wouldn't be accumulated again, right? Once you get your accumulation right here, just leave it alone and accumulate BTC, because you don't know, okay? You don't know if it will drop 50% below it, or if it will go back to all-time high right here, okay? But regardless of what it does, you already got your bags against BTC. You just sit tight, relax until BTC breaks above all-time high. But sometimes they can break out above, before BTC breaks out above all-time high. You just have to be cautious, but we will talk about it, right? Some of them, they will break out before BTC breaks out above all-time high, right? And they will move sideways, okay? They will move sideways the entire bull market after that, okay? But, we will talk about those coins when we get the chance. Even Zen, I think Zen did something like that. Zen, I think Zen, okay. Yeah, Zen started the pump in March, no, actually October 2019, right? October 2019, but it ended up breaking out after BTC broke above all-time high, right? I think it's KNC. Yeah, I got to get the KNC. The legacy. So KNC, you can see like KNC started the pump right here, right? October 2019, one of the first alt to pump to all the way up to the June 2018 prices, right? Gave us the parabolic move, right? Did not pump at all after BTC broke above all-time high, okay? So sometimes some of them, they won't pump like after BTC breaks all-time high, but we will discuss it, right? Even though it did not pump after BTC breaks all-time high, it still pumped, right? After BTC got rejected from all-time high, right? But very few alt will make this structure. Very few of them, okay? Even Hex, if we go take a look at Hex did not break out until BTC broke above all-time high, right? Right here. So Hex BTC, a similar chart to Matic, consolidated in this range, until BTC got rejected at all-time high. Right here, May 2021. It was pretty funny, right? How it did it, right? So, and Quant did the same thing. I think Quant broke out like May, so it pumped, right? Yeah. Okay. So it is pumping, but I think Hex is could just create a you know, a double top double bar and retest the possibly retest the lows right here, but it pulled back down to a 0.786, push back up, retest right here. So it is still in a bearish trend, still making low highs, so not a complete reversal yet. Yeah, but a nice 3D setup, but it's hard to find these setups when BTC is not looking good. Okay, but next support against BTC just about like a 150. Right now it is at 400 sats, 450 sats. CNS, please, CNS. So CNS. So CNS, it is still moving sideways. Just have to accumulate, right? If you believe in a project, you got multiple parabolic move, parabolic uptrend, and parabolic downtrend. Up, down, right? You're looking for the next up. Okay, that's what you're looking for. So still, I mean, still a good hold, right? Still a good hold. I mean, not financial advice, right? But that's, if you believe in the project, right? You know, you just hold it, right? You're going to get another move to the upside in the next like a few months, years, I don't know. And that's a 25x just to retest the April 2021 prices. Okay, you're going to wait for the bottom to form in the next like a 12 months, and you're going to go all in. That's not the best approach. The best approach is like to buy at those macro supports, right? Because, you know, waiting for the bottom is not the best approach. Okay, buy at the macro supports for BTC. You know, anything under 30k is just pretty cheap, and most of you guys not paying attention, but Elon Musk bought BTC at 30k. So most of you guys not paying attention to it. But back then, I remember when BTC was at 30k, I was saying like, we're going to the moon, right? And we're going to the moon. Look at me writing moon. Before the news, right? In our premium, we were bullish right here. And if you guys recall, most bears, right, were calling for like a weekly 21 EMA retest. Okay, and our thesis back then right there was like, okay, MACD is negative, right, but we're still way above the 3D 21, so there is no way we're going to be reversing right here. We could get a double top double bottom like that, but we're going to be pumping. Okay, and that's exactly what we did. So Elon Musk started buying like January, I think like January 20, late January, okay, 2021, right? So take a look at it. Whenever BTC retested, right, retest the January lows back in 2021, right, January 2021, it basically gets, you know, gets rejected, right there, right here. And what we were saying back then, because I was keeping in mind like the fact that Elon Musk bought right here, fundamentally, right, that was a strong evidence, right, we might not break below 30k. Okay, that analysis, it is still in play. Even if we dump below 30k, we might not stay below it too long. That's my own personal opinion, right? You might disagree, but you know, Elon, I don't think, you know, I don't think he'll, I don't know. Okay, he's not I don't think he's a whale, but I don't know. Okay, but I think he will defend 30k. Okay, that's my own personal analysis, so keep that in mind. So anything below 30K, you know, you're going to get to your monthly 50, which is right below 30K at 26K. So, but the monthly 50 on Binance is kind of weird, but it is at 23K. Okay, for some reason, right? Just because it doesn't have enough history, right? Right, it is at you know 23K, which is the same as our quarterly 21 EMA, right? If we want to take a look at it on yeah, at 23. So it doesn't matter if you want to look at it on Binance. The quarterly 21 will basically get the job done if it gets there. Okay. Hey Chani, I can scream right now, man. Yeah, I got to scream. Looking at scream now. Yeah, scream is getting screamed at. Okay, I can't do anything with it right now. Give it like a few more months, right? Let's take a look at the 3D. Yeah, that doesn't look good as of now, right? We're breaking support right here. You know, you got your wedge pattern. You might be thinking like you're going to the moon. Never got a clean bullish divergence or a clean push to the upside, MACD. So you could just look at it as a descending triangle, right? Might not be valid for some people, but you know, I like it like that. Some people might not like it as a that's a 90% drop, but will it drop 90% below it again? Right, that would give us a 120 extension. I don't know. Okay, but if it drops maybe 50%, start accumulating right below it. Maybe scream BTC. Yeah, scream BTC is screaming also, right? So what would I do, right, is like just accumulate BTC. Okay, since we broke support, right? And if it dumps 50%, 60% below it, then I accumulate again. And then I just forget about it, right? Hey, what's up, Rob? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. I mean, I don't know, like, I see what you're saying, Rob, but does it really matter whether BTC is at a 30K or 25K? Only the short-term traders cares, you know, only the short-term trader care about like BTC being at 30K and 25K, or even like, the macro trader, you know, they don't care about BTC being between like 30K or 25K. You know, I just said it like back in 2020, right? Would you care, right, if someone told you, hey, we're going to 60K, right, but BTC will drop probably, okay, down to 4K, right, but 5K, you know, we got 90% chance we will retest 5K, we got 20% chance to retest 4K. Will you wait for 4K? No, you won't. Okay, you'll be like, okay, you know, we got high probability of retesting 5K. Why am I waiting for a 20% dump? That's the same scenario right here. That's why I'm saying you just have to accumulate, not financial advice, accumulate the dips, right? You know, if you go back to 2014, 2015, take a look at the structure, the bottom formation, right? The bottom formation was nearly 50%, okay? 50%, right? So would you care about like buying BTC $300 or even like a $200 or even like $150? You don't care, because if someone told you we're going to 20K, you'd be like, I really don't care, guys. I just want to get in, okay? I don't care, right? You just get in and then wait for the trend to start pumping, right? That's my view. I could be wrong, okay? We could break below 30K. I could be wrong, but you know, the quarterly 21 been holding forever, you know, and that could, you know, that could basically justify your view also, you know, breaking 30K, drop down to 25, right? But all I'm saying is I really don't care. All we're saying is, you know, BTC never closed below the previous yearly cycle lows, right? Or even open, right? So we might not close below 28K, right? All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep it short. Thanks a lot for watching, man. I'm pretty exhausted. Join the public Telegram group. I'm gonna be sharing a lot more charts, and you know, the volatility is back. It's fun to trade the market. If you're down, don't be sad, right? That's my only advice, right? It's not financial advice, but it's emotional advice, right? Don't be sad. Just you know, just suck it up. You know, drink water, play with the kids, go to the beach, forget about the computer, and no market going to be around forever. You know, you see what happened in 2021. Solana came in, AVAX came in, you know, Tether, you know, you name it. Most of them, they you know, FTM, OEN. You don't need to catch all of them. BNB, XRP even did a, you know, 20x from 10 cents to you know, $2. They're going to repeat the same process. But if you feel like they're all going to zero, you might give up too early. Okay, if you don't know how to do TA, you know, learn fundamental analysis, do fundamental analysis, right? If you know how to do fundamental analysis, learn how to do TA, right? To add to your bags, right? You know, for some, you know, for the next like 7 to 10 years, because you're not going to get out of this market. Once you're in the space, you're just in the space. Okay, if you very, you know, if you you know, I don't know how to say it, but if you're very motivated, right? Once you're in the space, you're not getting out. It's a fun space, man. It moves fast. Yes, you can lose some money, but you know, you can make a lot more than what you're going to lose. Okay, the risk is, you know, low compared to the upside potential, which is pretty much unlimited. You just don't know how long. Yes, BTC will be, you know, BTC will be, how long it'll take for BTC to get to the next macro target, but you know, it has a, you know, an unlimited potential to do whatever it wants to do. Okay, so that's my only emotional advice, right? You know, I can you know, I can share. I'm not even giving you, right? All right guys, thanks a lot for watching, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Be safe.